Yo, what's going on YouTube? Hopefully my camera focuses. GZTV back with another video, and in this video we are going to be discussing everything that happened in the NFL this week. Well, the games. We're going to talk about the games. I don't really talk about trades, shit like that. If something big happens and that team plays, maybe I'll mention it. But other than that, yeah, another woeful weekend to be a Packers fan. I mean, I don't know. I don't know when this suffering is going to end for the Packers fan. I guess every great thing has to end eventually. I just DoorDash Qdoba, so I don't know how many videos I can get done at this moment, but it's not even 8 o'clock, so I'm not tripping about it. Later tonight, I'm going to be doing a Twitch stream, probably doing some reactions and stuff, but let's get into Eagles-Texans here. First game of the week, it was the Thursday night game. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles beat the Texans by 12 for their first 8-0 start in franchise history, possibly the best Eagles team we have seen, and they've won Super Bowls. So, we'll have to see. Can this team finish it out? I'm not really sure. People are going to argue the Eagles have an easy schedule, but you guys got to remember, we're in the NFL. Pro athletes are playing other pro athletes, so it's not like it's just a walkover. He didn't, Jalen Hurts didn't even seem like he was that impressed. He's like, job's not finished. We got to go in there. We got to keep winning games. People are even doubting us, so that's good. He's kind of reminding people that he played at Alabama, like a really prestigious college, of course. But I'm not going to talk about the highlights anymore. I just kind of want to get into the who played good, who didn't, whatever, yada, yada, yada. But Jalen Hurts, 21 for 27. He's threw 243 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's kind of continuing an MVP campaign. He's playing fantastic. Davis Mills, 13 for 22, 154 yards and 2 touchdowns, but he did throw 2 interceptions. The Eagles' defense came to play. Not much else to say there. This was a really good running back battle. Miles Sanders, 17 carries, 93 yards, and a touchdown. I feel like he's definitely an underrated part of this organization and an underrated piece in them winning games. So, yeah, that's interesting. Dameon Pierce, though, he has been a shock to the fantasy world. He is just a monster he damn near is this team. He had 27 carries for 139 yards. This guy's a beast. He's got a future in this league. Yeah, man. Dallas Goedert, possibly one of the best games of his career. 8 catches, 100 yards, and a touchdown. He's definitely a premier tight end in this league. Philip Dorsett, he had 3 catches for 69 yards. That's not bad. I think there was good things in every facet of the game for both teams. We went to the halftime 14-14, but obviously the Eagles went on a 15-3 run in the second half. So they didn't want to go down like this, and who knows when they will go down. We can look at their future schedule. They're playing the damn Commanders on primetime again next week. They play the Colts. They play the Packers. The Titans might be a test. They play the Giants might be a test, but, they play the Bears. And the Saints. Yeah, they have some pretty decently easy games down the path, I think, that are very winnable. But let's look at Sunday. Obviously, my Packers and Lions. This goes out without saying. Lions activate the Zylstra brothers. Shane Zylstra, their tight end, catches a touchdown and a win. Caught his first NFL touchdown, literally wide open in the back of the end zone. We've probably given a lot of players their first touchdown at this point. This defense isn't terrible. I'm not going to sit here and say it's a terrible defense. I don't know what to blame this on. I'm going to be honest. Because, look, I think there were positives in everything on our team, but obviously there's mistakes. A couple bad throws from Rodgers. I'm not putting this game on Rodgers. I think he played pretty good. 23 for 43. He had 291 yards and a touchdown. He threw 3 interceptions, all right? That's not good. But think about it. An interception is one play. It's a stat that is one play If it leads directly, if it's a pick six, then maybe I can see it just being bad because you're putting your team in a situation where you're just giving them free points. But none of them were returned. I mean, 2 of them were in the red zone. Look, we probably should have at least tied this game. But Jared Goff came out, 14 for 26. He had 2 touchdowns. He threw an interception, but he still played pretty solid, using everybody he could out there. Let's see. Aaron Rodgers, very clutch running. Again, I don't want to put this game on Aaron Rodgers because you look at his running. He had 4 carries for 40 yards. This is like the best running we've seen out of Aaron Rodgers all season. So I don't want to put this game on Aaron Rodgers. I think he played pretty exceptional. Of course, besides the interceptions, I get that. But, it's 3rd down and 17, and this motherfucker's running like 18, 19 yards down the field and sliding. Like, this dude has no fear. He wants to win games. Like, you can't say he's, like, on drugs or, like, he's not trying because, dude, he had 339 scrimmage yards. What else? 331 scrimmage yards. I don't know what else this team would want from Aaron Rodgers. I get the interceptions. I understand. We also have Allen Lazard coming out here having 4 catches, 87 yards, and a touchdown. So we can't blame this on Allen Lazard. Allen Lazard played great, had some big catches. But for the Lions, Amon-Ra St. Brown continuing to have a really good start to his career. He had 4 catches for 55 today, or Sunday. It's Tuesday. I'm losing track of my days. I didn't have class today because of Election Day. Hopefully you guys went out and voted. I didn't. Because frankly, who the fuck cares? A very small majority, or minority, in this state. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be pushing negativity, but Chargers-Falcons was the next game I wanted to talk about. Dicker, the kicker, kicks a winner to lift the Chargers over the Falcons by 3. Chargers just squeaking away with wins. They're pretty good this year, but they could be way better. They have to find new place kickers. They keep giving new guys, game balls left and right. Game-winning kickers here and there. It's a pretty storied franchise this season. A lot of injuries. They're 5-3 though. Through the injuries. Justin Herbert, he threw 30 for 43, had a touchdown. He had a pick, but you're playing Marcus Mariota, a guy that's not really that productive on the pass end. He's consistent. He went 12 for 23 and threw 129 yards. He didn't make any mistakes, but he also didn't really produce much for this squad. I got to give it to Algier. Algier is a great player for the Falcons. 10 carries for 99 yards. Palmer. The Chargers are just continuously finding guys for Keenan Allen. Mike Williams gets shaken up every now and then, and Joshua Palmer was their guy today. 8 catches, 106 yards. Maybe that shows the talent of Justin Herbert being able to make his receivers better. I think that's cool. If they were healthy, they'd be fucking amazing. And, all the Falcons really had was Kyle Pitts. He had 2 catches for 27 yards, and that really wraps it up. That's still pretty good for what he got touches, but I don't know. They need a little bit better of a passing game. Dolphins and Bears. Tua Tagovailoa and the Dolphins outlast the Bears on Justin Fields' record rushing day. Another big performance though for Tua. Thumbs up, nothing but good vibes in Miami. But come on, we're not even gonna talk about the pass interference call they missed on Claypool, where the guy's literally giving him a nice little wrap around the waist, okay, let me just tug you. All right, no pass interference. Yeah, you're just fucking a bad franchise over, even more than they're already getting fucked over. They traded Roquan Smith for Chase Claypool, guys. Technically, pretty much that's what they did. And you continue to just fuck them over. I know I need to be hating the Bears, but come on, guys. That's just, ugh. Yeah, obviously, Equinemius dropped a big pass. Just didn't go well for the Bears. Tua went 21 for 30, 302 yards, 3 touchdowns. Absolutely superb performance from him. Justin Fields went 17 for 28 and had 3 touchdowns. Man, Jeff Wilson. I think he used to be on the Dolphins, and Raheem Mostert used to be on the 49ers, so obviously they kind of had some bonding. He came to practice, learned the playbook pretty quickly. Made sure he was comfortable. Man, he came out and performed damn well. 9 carries for 51 yards. I think that's really good. Dolphins just keep adding to this team. Justin Fields, though, 15 carries, 178 yards, and a touchdown. We don't even see running backs do that all that often. But, man, Justin Fields, this man's going to be special. This is a legacy game for Justin Fields. I'm saying it right now. This is a really big game for him. You look at the receivers. Tyreek Hill, 7 catches, 143 yards, and a touchdown. Are we sure he needed Pat Mahomes? I mean, Tua is a fantastic quarterback. But he's doing better in Miami. I mean, this guy's showing out this year. He's on pace to easily be the best receiver in the league. It is what it is. Panthers-Bengals. Joe Mixon, 5 touchdowns. He scored 5 touchdowns. The Bengals dominate the Panthers. They win by 21. Stay calm and let Joe cook. That is what the Bengals fans are saying. I mean, holy cow. They were in full support of giving Joe Mixon the football because he doesn't get the football that much this season. And for sake of fantasy owners, I mean, that's probably not good. Baker Mayfield actually did not play that bad today. 14 for 20, or Sunday, sorry. I'll just keep saying today. I don't really care. 14 for 20, 155 yards and 2 touchdowns. Pretty solid there. I mean, it's overshadowed by Joe Burrow going 22 for 28 and throwing a touchdown, but I don't know, man. I think Baker played a little bit more efficient. But Joe fucking Mixon. Like, are we serious? 22 carries, 153 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Oh, my God. I mean, Carolina has a decent guy in Terrace Marshall Jr. He came out, had 3 catches for 53 yards and a touchdown. Did DJ play? Did DJ Moore play? I guess not. I don't know. Anyways, Colts-Patriots. What a terrible game. Pats get 9 sacks and a dominant 23-point victory over the Colts. Matt Judon, Lawrence Guy, the linebackers just causing havoc. Holy cow. Obviously the big headline is the Colts moved on from Frank Reich and they have Jeff Saturday being an interim coach. The team's not as good as they really should be. Obviously, no Matt Ryan. Ellinger, he threw 15 for 29. That's all right for a rookie. I mean, he threw a pick. Mac Jones, he threw 20 for 30 and a touchdown. Not really much on the passing end there. Ellinger was their best running back, too. Like, is that something we really should be saying? He had 5 carries for 9 yards. I don't know. Alec Pierce had a 23-yard reception. That's literally all we have for the Colts. Like, the Colts did not play good at all. Hunter Henry, pretty solid tight end for the Patriots. He continues to play pretty solid for them. He had 4 catches for 50 yards. I don't know what to tell the Colts. I mean, I don't know. Bills, Jets, it is a shocker, but you look deep down and you see that the Jets have just been winning games this year. Just plain and simple. This is the best the Jets have looked. Who knows how long it's been. But Zach Wilson and the Jets defense stunned Josh Allen and the Bills in a 3-point victory. Everything was falling down for the Bills. They were making mistake after mistake. It really just crumbled down in the end. Josh Allen, besides the interceptions, I think he played pretty well. 18 for 34 through 205 yards. But again, yeah, the 2 interceptions. One of the interceptions he threw was like in broad daylight. It was just like the most obvious shit ever. But Zach Wilson, he threw 18 for 25 and had a touchdown. Him not getting an interception is enough for the defense to really just profit. Dude, Josh Allen on the run game though? Are we serious? Are we sure? Are we sure he had the worst game out of everybody? It could be. He had 9 carries for 86 yards and 2 touchdowns. Josh Allen played a hell of a game on the run. Michael Carter, with the absence of Breece Hall and, with James Robinson trying to learn this playbook, this guy comes out and has a hell of a game. A game no one really expected out of him. 12 carries for 76 yards and a touchdown. That's fantastic. The fact that the Jets always have a guy that's going to step up is just great. But Stephon Diggs, good game for him. 5 catches for 93. Garrett Wilson, a rookie. Dude, this Jets draft class is ridiculous. We have Garrett Wilson. I mean, prayers for Breece Hall. Hopefully he gets back. I'm sure he's happy to see the Jets get it done. Sauce Gardner, of course, one of the best, if not the best, man-to-man cornerback in the league. I mean, Garrett Wilson comes out 8 catches, 92 yards. I mean, these guys came to play. Their young guys are just doing everything they ever wanted them to do. Let's move on to the Vikings and Commanders. This was a close one for the Vikings, but hey, they got it done. Vikings come back to beat the Commanders for their 6th consecutive win. Just Kirk Cousins getting the game ball. Kirk Cousins has that beautiful bootleg play that not a lot of people are actually taking notice of. He started his NFL career in Washington. He had to end it there. Obviously Captain Kirk's been a meme-worthy player this year. He's earned every minute of it. He's earned every meme. I mean, his game does the talking. 22 for 40, 265 yards, and 2 touchdowns, threw a pick. And that's probably what really put them in a bad situation in the first place. He went up against Taylor Heineke. He threw 15 for 28 and had 2 touchdowns, but he had a pick. So I guess it kind of cancels out. That doesn't really matter. Let's see. Justin Jefferson on pace to maybe even be better than Randy Moss. I'm not going to go as far as say he will, but he's on pace. Or even Jerry Rice. I mean, he had 7 catches, 115 yards, and a touchdown. Curtis Samuel. This is awesome. I mean, you see Terry McLaurin usually just be that guy for the Commanders, but Curtis Samuel came out and had a pretty good game. 3 catches for 65 yards and a touchdown, making some tough grabs. I mean, Washington has some decent potential. People were kind of talking shit on Washington, but they've been playing really good recently, so it is what it is. Raiders, Jaguars. Oh, man. Jaguars rally from a 17-point deficit to beat the Raiders by 7. Tyson Campbell, a lot of confidence from him on the Jaguars. That's kind of like the big headline with this game. Obviously, Devontae Adams was killing him in the first half. Had him in the first half, not going to lie. But Devontae Adams, he had him in the first half. I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know what changed with this team. People are talking shit on Derek Carr, but dude, he went 21 for 36 through 259 yards and 2 touchdowns. What do you want him to do? Do you really want him to break 3? Does he have to break 300 pass yards to beat the Jaguars? No, he doesn't. And the Jaguars aren't even a good team. Like, people are like, oh, they're better than they should be. No, they're just not a good team. Who cares? That's just the diagnosis. They're not a good team. My Packers are a struggling team. I can admit that. But Trevor Lawrence, 25 for 31 and a touchdown. Not bad for him, actually. I don't really have a lot to say. I mean, Devontae Adams, 10 catches for 146 yards and 2 touchdowns. You can't lose doing that. They were up 17-0. They go into halftime like 20-3, I believe, and they didn't score a single point in the second half. They let the Jaguars put up 24 unanswered points. That's just uncalled for. We can't be doing that, Raiders. They just need to win some games. I mean, you look at Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay and you're like, holy shit, he really needs Devontae Adams. But I mean, Devontae Adams played great in Oakland. But you look at him and he's like, damn, I need to have Aaron Rodgers on my team so we can find other people when shit goes bad. But Seahawks-Cardinals is next. Seahawks win their 4th straight. They beat a struggling Cardinals by 10. Geno Smith, I mean, game-winning plays. The Seahawks are the top of the NFC West, a very big surprise to the rest of the league. But Geno Smith, he's just getting it done. It's just that simple. He's playing great football. 26 for 34, throwing 275 yards and 2 touchdowns. Like, are you kidding me? What else could you ask for? He threw a pick, but I mean, Kyler Murray didn't get that much. He didn't get that much production on his side. I mean, 25 for 35 and 2 touchdowns. Didn't really have a lot of yards to show for it. But he had 8 carries for 60 yards. That's damn good. I mean, that's a positive. That's a positive for Kyler Murray, playing good, running the ball, getting in open space and extending drives. Noah Fant had 5 catches for 96 yards. Usually you would see like a Tyler Lockett or DK Metcalf lead the way, but hey, it's Noah Fant's game. I'm not mad at that. Rams Buccaneers. Tom Brady throws a last-minute touchdown pass. The Bucs beat the Rams by 3. This was a very sloppy, very scrappy game, but it was a good one. It was a good game. Tom Brady saying, it just feels damn good. It's got to be a breath of relief. His longest losing streak in 20 years, and he just snaps it. It's just like a weight off of this man's shoulders. Rams, kind of some bad late-game execution. But Tom Brady's loving it. And, I don't like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but it's cool to see them getting back in motion. We see what happened this game. Matthew Stafford had 165 yards and a touchdown. Pretty piss poor there. Tom Brady, he threw 36 for 58 and had a touchdown. Cooper fucking Kupp, man. Cooper fucking Kupp. 8 receptions, 127 yards, and a touchdown. You remember what I said. Matthew Stafford had 165 yards. 127 of those were Cooper Kupp. And, you do the math. 38 of those were the rest of the team. Only 38 yards besides Cooper Kupp. That's crazy, man. That's a crazy ratio. That's kind of a bad thing. That's probably the problem. But you look at the Bucs and you have this guy out of nowhere, out of Washington, very young guy, Cade Otton, having the game of his career, 5 catches, 68 yards, and a touchdown. And I say this to a lot of people. Obviously, I'm not a big Tom Brady fan, but I can respect him. This is things that make him great. He finds receivers. He puts his faith in people. If you get open, I'm throwing it to you. I'm not gonna be biased. I'm not gonna. Oh, you're open, but Mike Evans is open too. I'm going to throw you the ball if you're open. And if you're in my read, I'm not going to skip over you. And that's kind of what has made him a good quarterback for so long. But anyways, let's talk about the Sunday game. Very good Sunday night football game, I think. It was pretty awesome. Patrick Mahomes helps the Chiefs rally past the Titans by 3 in overtime. Patrick Mahomes kind of struggling to stay in the pocket. He was running around all over the field, kind of like what he used to do in Texas Tech, and that's really how he got his name. But obviously, you don't want him to do that. I don't really want to talk about the highlights. Malik Willis had 80 yards. Are you really proud of winning this game? No hate to Mahomes. He is probably the MVP of the NFL, but he's probably brushing this off. He's like, okay, whatever. We won the game. But Jesus, 43 for 68 for Mahomes, 446 yards and a touchdown, threw a pick, but who the hell cares? You're going against a rookie quarterback. Great running for Derrick Henry, 17 carries, 115 yards, and 2 touchdowns. At the beginning of the season, I was kind of doubting that he would have that good of a year, but dude, he has proved everyone wrong. He's played great, and he's on a pretty solid 5-3 Tennessee Titans team with a rookie quarterback, which he's going to have a workload here. Looking at the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, 6 carries for 63 yards and a touchdown. This man went out and had 510 total yards, 2 total touchdowns. He was playing amazing. But shout out to the Titans receiver Okonkwo to get the game started. A really tone-setting 48-yard reception at the beginning of the game. Travis Kelce played fantastic. Obviously all reliable for Patrick Mahomes there. 10 catches for 160 yards. But let's just talk about the Monday game. I don't really have much to say. Who the fuck is Drake? Oh, Kenyon Drake and Justin Houston lead the Ravens past the Saints for their 3rd straight win. After a season full of choking wins, choking games, throwing them away, they're looking like a great team. They didn't need everybody, and they still won. Saints are just kind of down bad. I don't know. It is what it is. Lamar, 12 for 22, 133 yards and a touchdown. Andy Dalton threw 19 for 29. He had 210 yards, a touchdown in it, but he had an interception. You could probably say that Andy Dalton outplayed Lamar, but they didn't really need Lamar out there all that much. Isaac Likely, he didn't have that good of a game, but he had a 24-yard receiving touchdown. He's going to be a big sleeper in fantasy. Y'all better watch out. And Chris Olave continuing to have an amazing rookie campaign. 6 catches for 71 yards. This guy's playing phenomenal in the NFL. He has 600. Dude, he's top 10 in receiving yards as a rookie. Like, the NFL is evolving. He's top 20 in target and in catches. Top 20 in yards after the catch. Or top 20 in yards per reception. Yeah, they're not a good team, but they have they can put some faith in a guy like Chris Olave. You get Michael Thomas back. You have Alvin Kamara. Maybe get Jameis Winston back and try to run it back next year. But it's not over for them. I'm not going to sit here and say it's over for them, but yeah, they have hope for the future, even if it is over for them. So leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I got to go get my DoorDash order. I'll come back, eat it, probably do my Better Call Saul review. I've started watching that on Amazon Prime, actually, because that's the only way you can get it in Season 6, which is very interesting. I just watched Fright Night, which was actually a pretty solid